All right, so the control joint, it takes all, everybody's responding, da-da-da-da.
You know what's the funny part about that is he got back, first stop was in New York.
Right.
MTV Awards, because he had to perform on there.
Right.
So if you notice, he switched his whole demeanor for that whole thing. Like he came out, he had the Pendleton on with the khakis and the Cortez, the LA hat on, like throwing up West Side on the thing.
Right.
Because he knew it was like irritating people.
He was feeling it.
So it was like, yeah, we here. We out here, you know what I mean?
Fucking bully. Fucking bully. That's a bully.
Nah, it was just fun though. You know what I mean?
I wish he would have responded to one, if nothing else, than to put that MC on the map. I would like to see stuff like that happen. When you're in Kendrick's position, understanding the power that you have, a response to somebody specifically could make that dude's career, even if you just do a record with him or you know, something like some kind of reward for just.
Right.
We had a big discussion with I had a discussion with Royce and Crooked Eye, and we were talking about journalists, and they were talking about how they don't like to interview with certain people because you'll take my words and you'll twist them up.
Right.
And I because he's a journalist and he knows he's heard shit like this.
Yeah. And
I remember like being really pissed at
yeah,
them.
Joel Ortiz is scared to come on here because of that.
Well, that just happened. So yeah,
Yeah.
I remember having to I got mad at him. I was like, bro, what you supposed to do when you get to a certain level is call out the journalists who you want to interview you. Jay goes and fucks with Angie Martinez faithfully, like that's his person, or he goes and fucks with Elliot Wilson. Like, if you at this level, you should be calling Rob Markman. Yo, I'm not doing it unless Rob Markman is interviewing me because you can elevate and put somebody on the map. And I always felt like when somebody of that level does something like that and it spurs that kind of response, like make it worth it. Like, go ahead and pick the dude who you thought did the best.
Yeah.
Take a picture with Graf with anything, like being a picture.
That's what you felt was the.
I just wish stuff like that would happen because I think if the big dogs at that level start highlighting guys who don't have that kind of spotlight.
Now I'm not saying Kendrick, but
but anybody.
Niggas scared of Graf.
Let's
be honest.
Was
Kendrick
Kendrick really a big dog at that point yet?
Once there were 2,000,005 responses, he was over the top.
All right, I feel you.
And we talking about the aftermath,
I felt
not in
like
the
it
midst
was his
of
rise. You know what I mean? Like,
no, he was, but when it was all said and done, he had now placed himself like at that point, and I just felt like, okay, well, go ahead and do a track. Find whoever it is you think did the best. Pluck that guy out of like relative obscurity and put him on a national stage. Like, why not? He's dope. And this was all done out of competition anyway.
Right.
Go ahead and bless the dude with the best bars and get him.
But I think though, like with that, I agree with what you're saying. That's dope and great for the sport of hip hop. But you still got to think about the mentality. Like, he's still from the West Coast. So I think we take diss records as something else, as opposed to just, competition. It's more like, do we got an issue?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Oh no, that happens on the East too.
Yeah. Nah, for sure. What I'm saying, but like that, we super sensitive about that from jump, just based on, again, the gangbang culture, the different hoods, and the whole thing. So I think that probably had a part to play in it.
Yeah.
I would say though, but y'all, I'm just meeting you, but Kendrick, from his lyrics, I can tell he's an intelligent brother and shit, right?
Sure.
Like, niggas know what they sparking when they sparking it. You know what I'm saying? It's not no ignorance.
Yeah, you know what was in the blunt.
A nigga didn't.
You saw it get rolled. You saw it get rolled.
So, I feel like, like if you doing that, you know it's gonna be some response, and and if it was me, like I wouldn't like if niggas ain't talking about my daughter and shit like that, and whatever. Then you ain't going crazy in your response. I would hold that right there.
Listen,
you know what
man. I mean, I don't know what has transpired as far as like the politics of diss records in the West Coast, aside from like NWA and internal situations with Ice Cube and all that. But out here, listen, man, Hot 97 was almost renamed Shot 97 because of diss records. You know what I'm saying?
I remember.
It was a lot of shit going on over records out
sure.
here, like. But I always appreciated people that just understood, like, even though it was weird because in those times I was ready to jump out the window for certain shit.
Yeah.
But the first option was always, can we rap? Like I remember when I battled T-Rex, there was a certain rapper that didn't like that. He got name dropped and he started doing interviews. My first response was, I'm gonna put out a diss. If you rap, I'll rap. Like, let's see where it's at. And you know, when I didn't get a diss record back, it kind of went someplace else. But
Gotcha.
you know what I'm saying? But I looked for that first.
Right.
Yeah. So I think people just need to, you know, lighten up, man. Egos get out of control and shit.
Especially when you can't out-rap the guy who you're talking about. Shout out to Graf. You all right. Niggas are scared of him.
Right. So speaking of that, so what was the biggest backlash from the Titans that got upset? Like Cole and Drake not appreciating those shots. Was there ever some backlash? Was there ever a reach out and they was like, no, nigga, we ain't getting on a record with you. We heard what you said.
I remember Drake doing some interviews. He made the comment, he don't see why anybody would want to work with him again, or it was something like that. But that was one thing. I think that verse even led to the fight with Puff and Cole.
Yeah?
For sure.
How? In what way?
So it was after the MTV Awards that same night. So our whole thing was, all right, let's go out to the club. We never go out to the club. But we, you know what I mean, we out there, the energy is up, everybody excited, let's go. So Jay and Puff was doing a dinner that they usually do. So in this whole thing, it was packed, like 70, 30 celebrities. So we come in there and I guess they spoke about it, so it's cool to say now. Puff and Cole was talking about the verse, and they end up getting into, I mean, a little back and forth. So when we come in, Cole and Kendrick was talking about, you know what I'm saying, the verse. You know what I mean? And then, you know, Puff came back over, and they argument sparked up again. So from there, they ended up getting in a whole scuffle in the club.
Between J. Cole and Puff?
Yeah, right.
Wow.
Again, they spoke about it, so.
Yeah.
I had no clue.
All right, did you
Cole
see the scuffle?
song. Yeah, I was right there.
Who won?
Take that.
You know who won? Emery won. Jay-Z guy.
Yeah, he broke it up.
Emery thought somebody was jumping on Jay. So he rushed over there. He got in the middle of the thing.
Yeah.
And then he ended up grabbing Cole like, oh, it's Cole.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
It was, you know.
So
that was
he
years
mistook
ago.
the dreads? Did Jay have the dreads by then?
Nah. This was years ago. This was
This
2013, 2014.
Did Cole have the dreads by then? They
Nope.
So, all right, so they both 6 feet niggas with low cuts and whatnot.
Yo, Cole's taller than I thought.
Cole-
bro.
He played ball.
Yeah, he about 6'4",
6'3",
right?
6'4".
I mean, I was
I'm
in a
6'5".
club in Miami
You think,
and
is he taller than me or no?
he walked in and I was like, oh, this is the only
got you
nigga
like an
taller
inch
than
or two,
me.
right? Yeah.
Oh, shit, it's J. Cole. This nigga's, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Interviewed
his-
him too. He stood up from behind the desk.
Yeah.
Oh, well, shit. Okay. All right.
Right.
Sit down, nigga.
Wow.
Fuck is you going? Sit down.
Wow. Shout out to Emery, shout out to Cole, shout out
Cole
to
and
Puff.
Puff had a whole fight? I never knew that.
You gotta,
I never knew that.
You gotta listen to the J. Cole record. He
know.
kind of detailed it on the
That's crazy.
on his joint.
Which record?
Hold on, didn't Puff have a fight with Drake too?
Yeah.
He had an incident with Drake too.
Yeah.
Over the 0 to 100 beat.
Yo, Puff, what you got against light-skinned niggas, man? What's going on out here, son? We might need you to come sit in this chair, man. We gotta talk about that, man. Come on.
He's attacking the hookah crowd.
Oh, man.
He's going after the hookah dude.
Nah, that was a fun night, like, and that was all over that Control thing.
So did y'all pull off in the car like, yo, they fighting over our shit now?
Yes.
Look what we started. We the
laughed and
greatest
talked
in the
about
world.
it the whole night. Like,
TDE forever.
everybody was in it. MECC was in there that night.
Wow.
MECC came up and shook Kendrick's hand.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, I got the verse. I'm gonna have to get you back. Shook his hand, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was that.
Yeah, I don't know if Meek ever sent that, did he?
Nah, he
saw
did.
it?
Yeah,
He did?
Yeah, he took some little shots on there.
Was it good?
Or what?
It was light. You know what I mean? It wasn't like
I feel like
crazy. Yeah,
I feel like some rappers,
Like, phones on silent, please.
because I think Meek dope, right? Always did. But you know, in the shit with him, the back and forth with Drake, it was like, you know, I think we all, the majority of people felt like he didn't step up the way.
Yeah, I would love to get that story, like what happened within those days.
Yeah, man, I don't. Yeah. Yeah, some niggas are just better without pressure, I think.
Yeah.
You know, once it's some static, that added a whole nother element of pressure. I mean, y'all probably, you know, y'all being battle rappers, y'all live with that pressure, you know.
Right.
But yeah, like your heart start beating all kind of fast and shit. It's some static, like, yeah, it might change everything. Fuck
Do
it
you
all
ever
up.
worry about it going to hands? Some of the shit that you do, it probably should go to hands.
Nah.
You ever that never?
Yeah, no.
You?
I don't think he does.
You?
What? It going to hands?
Yeah.
What? Not saying something because of that?
No. Do you ever? Because I hear
Look,
what
I
Rock
got
is
more
saying.
morals than all these niggas, man. Don't put me I got way more morals. Like, I actually tell the truth when I rap. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm different. You know what I'm saying? I'm different.
I just wonder if that kind of, because there's always a low level threat of violence amongst men.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime the things get elevated, there's always that opportunity. It might be small.
Right.
There's always an opportunity for violence, especially if you're looking for it. I just wonder if during like a battle, like you're saying, does that ever cross your mind? Like, this next thing I'm gonna say probably could be the disrespectful thing that's good enough to start that shit.
right.
Can people see me? Can people actually?
No, they don't see.
All right, cool.
You're podcast guy now.
Yeah, there it is.
It's over.
I did it. I made it. Now it's time to catch the
You beat the
body.
game. They don't remember. It's over. You beat it.
That's wonderful.
You got your hoochie
I
daddy
love
shorts on now.
Facts.
Everybody thinking about it.
Yo, get up on these, man.
Totally just
You know what I'm saying?
with the matching shirt.
Since 1984, you might want to get up on that. Anyway.
Yeah.
It's hot for trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rappers. Got bars, I can hang with the backpackers. Trap star, I don't hang with the backpackers. I'm in the hood with the work, you heard. Making fiends leave earth, you heard. Got your baby mama thirst, you heard. Feel the flow, nigga, throw it in reverse. This the wave you need to surf, you heard.